Listen, I can't speak to, I don't think you're going to see abortionless federal lands. I don't think there's going to be a national health emergency. And to be frank, I don't see this as a Democrat or Republican issue. I see this as an issue that's about how we live as a country, right? And when you think, and when I talk to OBGYNs, I've interviewed a couple of them, I think of this as a medical procedure and how we view it in that light. And I think about the couples that have to make decisions because they have an unviable fetus. They have a fetus where the brain is developing outside of the body, or the heart is developing outside of the body, or there's a mother who has an incomplete miscarriage and she needs to get medicine to complete that miscarriage. While I will say that I read this executive order through and through, and it doesn't really do much. It's just sort of restating and reaffirming what's already in federal law. I think in this moment, it's important to do that when just a couple weeks ago, the governor of North Dakota said that she's going to try to implement a way for folks not to be able to get the medicine they need to complete a miscarriage. And I think it's important for no matter what state you live in, if you're having a traumatic experience, if you've lost a pregnancy, or you have an inviable fetus, you should not have to take that to term and deal with the mental health that goes along with that. And I think it's important for women to have the right to make that decision if they're dealing with that.
Harris, to Emily's point, this just sends this back to the states. Jonathan Turley also published a Harvard poll showing 72% support the 15-week ban on abortion. That started all of this with Dobbs. So why not let the states choose?
Well, and why not let the states have substantive conversations about what you're talking about? And you're going to need obstetricians at the table. You're going to need moms who've miscarried at the table. You're going to need the millions of moms who don't see it the way that this president and his politics see it. He didn't even acknowledge them today, which was a really missed opportunity, because back in 1994, he certainly did. He needed the vote of that one constituent who sent his office a letter, Joe Biden, 94, then senator. Mr. Biden, please don't force me to pay for abortions against my conscience, the man said. Biden assured the man that he understood, promising that any position he would take on abortion in the U.S. Senate would be guided by his conviction that those who oppose abortion should not be compelled to pay for them. He said things like...
at the table and say what's happened to her, because if we could fix this health care system for her,
so the states
we'll fix
can
it
do
for
that.
every woman.
They can sit there and they can do that.
Emily,
and they can
the
talk.
63 million children who don't have a voice, who have been the victim of abortion, they're at the table too, though they can't speak for themselves.
That's right. It has to be a really large table. Everyone's voice should be heard.
What's at the table right now is a lot of white men, honestly.